Hello, welcome to Kim and Friends, where we laugh through the chaos, cry whenever the hell we feel like it, and always keep it real. Because as women, the conversations we have and the stories we share behind closed doors need to be heard out in the wild. I'm Kim, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen today. I really hope something resonates with you. Hello, and welcome back to Kim and Friends. Today, my guest is Alanna, aka Doc Alanna. Alanna is a mom to artist Gray. She's a wife to Sarah. She is a chiropractor, body worker, Reiki master, a shaman in training, and she is the creator and practitioner of her own bear medicine. But for the purposes of today's episode, Alanna's most important credential is she is someone I have the fortunate privilege to call my friend. Hi, Alanna.
Hey, Kim.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. We've already seen each other today.
We have.
I saw Alanna at about 11 o'clock today. She adjusts me weekly. And today she actually did acupuncture on me as well because I have had a cold since Thursday. So I can say that probably for the better part of a decade, Alanna has kept me essentially pain-free. And yeah, due to like weekly adjustments and all of her witchy, I call her my witch, all of her witchy magic that she bestows upon her patients. So I just want to start because this is how me and you are, and it'll make more sense as you listen more into the episode. But I just want to ask you, what is your energy like today? Yep.
Pretty wild. Didn't sleep last night. Pretty much every patient I had today was a psychological trip.
I wasn't.
No, not today, but sometimes. Today you weren't.
I'll try to do better next time.
You're easy today.
I didn't sleep either.
I feel like I've been moving through some weird energy since the eclipse.
Okay.
I got a little perspective on it on the way home.
Would you care to share?
I go through these things where my empathy gets really crazy, like my empath skills, and I can't distinguish if I'm feeling something or if it's the collective or if it's the person or my family or whoever. And when it's really crazy, which it has been for about 3 or 4 weeks, I always try to like figure out what's the medicine in this? What is it? Because I'll go crazy. What's the medicine in this? And on the way home, I was like, oh, this is it. Because you're going through another like opening. You're having some more gifts come through or something. I don't know what they are yet, but this is usually how icky they feel. So, surprise, more witchiness coming.
So when you say medicine, is that like a way that you're channeling messages where you're like broadening your medicine? Would you say it could like be used interchangeably with like a lesson?
Yeah, very much.
It's like interchangeable with a lesson.
Could be a lesson because I've had things happen with patients lately where I don't know, something crazy happens with their kid or some terrible tragedy, and you know, a lot of people want to blame the situation or the environment or God or whatever for whatever terrible thing happens. But I always think that there's something to be collected from that. And sometimes for me, it's a new way to practice too. So I don't know. I wish I had it all figured out, but that wouldn't be very fun, I guess.
No, it wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because we actually were talking today and I said, like, I don't want any more lessons.
I know you're always like dragging your feet.
Enough with the lessons. Okay, so let's talk more about this. What'd you say?
I always know you'll start doing one.
Let's talk more about our sleep last night because I feel like this is something that we have in common. And I do think that the full moon was a contributor last night. Um, and then damn, if I did not pee 1,000 freaking times today, don't you hate that?
Okay. I do
Like,
too.
because you're tired,
Yeah. And I get like anxious bladder when I'm having this kind of energy too.
right?
Like normal people get stomach problems and I pee all day.
Yeah, all day. Okay, well,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go pee before I go do this thing that takes me 5 minutes so then I can go pee again.
I had a 90-minute Thai session today and I went 3 times during that session.
Tell the people what a
Like,
Thai
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
what is a Thai session?
Oh, like you get on a mat and I put you through stretching and compressions, Thai massage basically, but mine is a little different because it's usually like a therapy session at the same time. I try to make it more somatic.
Right.
So if there's an area that's really activated in the body, I try and have the patient talk through what's going on in that spot. It can be, uh, I don't know, really breakthrough, or you just really have some good physical releases.
So, and you're usually doing Reiki throughout a Thai massage as well, right?
It depends on the patient. They have to, I mean, it's different for me because I already have consent because I have patients and not just clients,
Uh-huh.
right? So they've usually signed a contract to get care of some sort anyway. But you should always ask permission to do Reiki,
Okay.
not just do it. I'm sure that something comes through just when I'm like putting all my intention on somebody anyway, because the energy's energy.
Right. Like
But
you
if I
say,
may,
everybody's doing Reiki all the time without,
yeah, I
I mean, if
mean,
you're the least bit aware, you're
hmm you're trying to, you know, settle the energy or shift the energy, or I don't know. I feel like I'm doing it all the time.
I mean, you're the person that
But
gives me permission to say like what I'm doing is Reiki with all my like vibe work and all my
mm,
like channeling my energy and trying to
there's
like,
like there's other words for it too, but Reiki proper, if I was going to do a session, I would start it differently than if I wasn't doing it. I have to say that for sure.
okay.
Like,
So I will say my experience with Thai massage, which has been mostly with you. I have had one other person do like a small demo on me. And then I had a one Thai massage in Wyoming. But at its simplest, straight like body work massage, like a Swedish massage or a deep tissue is very passive, whereas Thai massage is very active. So like really simple things like everybody's always like so congested after they get a massage, like your head just like
mm-hmm.
fills up.
All your lymphatics drain into your face.
Right. And
Yeah.
then it takes like days for all of that stuff to work its way out of your system. Whereas when you're getting a Thai massage, you're being physically like manipulated and moved through it. And the
Mm-hmm.
soft tissue work is still there. Like you're still getting those, the practicality of massage, the knots worked out or the negative energy moved through. But I feel like it's more instant and it
I
doesn't leave as much like residual
reason why
still.
I learned it is because I received it after I was a chiropractor because I've done massage for 25 years, table massage, all different
Right.
kinds.
You were a massage therapist before you got your chiropractic.
Yeah, I became a massage therapist when I was like 24 or 25. Now I'm an old 51.
You're not old.
I know. It's just funny to say because it seems like it just went by. When I received a Thai massage, it was the first time I ever got body work like that, where I wasn't tired and like, I don't know, I get so sore from massage. Not that
Yeah.
I'm knocking it or that people shouldn't get it, but I always felt gross because I don't do enough self care. Imagine that. I don't do enough self care. So I'm always super sore after because I have everybody's stagnant energy on me or in me all the time. including my own. That energy field isn't just when you touch people, it's radiating off of them for a foot or more.
So this is a real thing when you guide people through self-care and when you work in the service industry and you are teaching others how to practice self-care, that you get self-care fatigue. At the end of the day, there's not enough gas in the tank
Sure.
to then practice what you preach.
I'm better at it right now than I have been my whole life.
You've been doing really good lately.
It's hard.
You've been doing really good.
But I mean, I don't know. I relate to patients. I get it. I get why people don't do what you're told.
But yeah, I also think that's why, like me as a personal trainer and you as a body worker, it's always so hard to like figure out what to call you.
I'll just go with Alanna, just like Madonna or
I like
Prince.
that. As the
Sinead.
worker,
Yeah.
Alanna.
Mm-hmm.
Alanna, the gift, the witch.
Yeah. My mom's rolling her eyes, I'm sure.
I think that that's why people do open up to us and appreciate what we have to offer, because we approach it as much as we can from a lack of ego. Like we're giving what we need to receive. We're just struggling through it right along with them. Like just because we have answers for them doesn't mean that we have all the answers.
Yeah, that we don't have to go to somebody else for answers.
Right. Right.
I mean, I've had many a mentor. Many.
Okay, so it needs to be noted that this is the first cancer to cancer kindred cancer spirit exchange on the pod, of which I'm sure there will be many.
Sure. Because not all have collect them all.
But Alanna is married to Sarah, who you guys heard from a few weeks ago when we talked about our birth stories. And this is the Alanna that has coined us an epidemic.
The cancers.
And we are an epidemic, and we could be wrong, but I don't think we are. We understand each other. Like we clump together like little molecules holding each other up because nobody gets us quite like we get each other.
What's funny is I was talking to our friend Jan today, who
is also a cancer.
Is also a cancer. And we were talking about how we all make the best buddies and girlfriends and what have you, but we would be horrific dating partners, like all of us. Because we were like,
oh my God, dated another cancer.
Like if you and Jan dated, or if I dated you, or I dated Jan, or like all my other cancer friends, we named all these people and we were all like, oh no.
I did have one boyfriend way back in the day in my we turned 21 together. Our birthdays were a day apart. His was the day before mine. And we were together over our 21st birthday. I think that's the only cancer I've ever dated.
I had one boyfriend that lasted like 2 weeks who was also a cancer. And he literally said that I was too big for him.
Oh.
And I wasn't then compared to now.
Like physically, like literally you're physically were too big, or like your energy?
Like I was too big.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's like you before he started dating you?
Well, what the fuck? I wasn't even that big then. I'm like, dude, good thing you ran.
Wow.
I was so shut down at that age. Yeah, there's no way. He wasn't that fun.
No, it doesn't sound like it. So
I have a cancer daughter also.
Yes, you do.
That's yeah. Now that I've worked on being an empath for so long, her being an empath is the hardest thing I'm walking through right now as a parent. Because I don't want to shut it down. but you can be so like taken advantage of as a cancer like that.
Well, especially walking through it as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I have that, like, you're headed in a good direction because that's it. I think not all cancers are as empathetic as you and I are, but it is a trait of cancers.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you and I like track really heavy.
Yeah. You think so?
And we both are in constant contact with people all day long.
Mm-hmm. I don't I know a lot of empaths and I know a lot of cancers, but I don't know any other of our cancer girlfriends who would dare be with people all day like we are.
Yeah.
My kid might end up being like that. She's pretty social.
Yeah.
But can you see any of the other ones doing it? I could see them shivering at the thought.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm running through right now.
Well, Jennifer doesn't want to make friends. She uses me to make friends.
Well, I mean, I kind of do too, though. I mean, that's just kind of a trait that you have.
Oh, just meeting people.
Yes. And like people like me and Jennifer feel free to be our authentic selves when we're with you.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when you and I are out and about, I guess I'm able to, like, I feel really confident. I feel really like self assured. I can talk to anybody. You just like bring people in.
That's what I do all day.
Right. But like in a work setting, I can do it too, but I can't always transfer it over to the social.
Just social. Well, that's what I did first. I mean, I was a
Right. Well, you were a bartender.
bartender for 20 years, master of ceremonies every
Yeah.
night. And it was like a costume that I put on every day.
Well, and we were even just talking about how my job, it's not a bar, obviously, but there's still these boundaries up. Like you had like a physical bar.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I'm doing group fitness, when I used to do small group or one-on-one, the boundaries weren't there. But like I have a microphone, I have a situation where it's like a time sensitive situation where I can have enough boundaries up to protect
Sure.
my empathetic self.
Mm-hmm.
Although it breaks through. I mean, it breaks through all the time because you hear about it. You know, you're the
Sure.
person calling to be like, how is everyone just moving on with their lives today?
I know.
I need everybody to stand still while I process what was like loaded on top of me today.
I think most of the time, unless I'm going through some kind of shift, I'm pretty good at compartmentalizing that stuff. But I don't want to do that anymore. I want to walk through it.
Well, and I also think that you and I don't compartmentalize it with each other. So even if we're doing a good job, like moving through the world, we get together and it's like, okay, I can let my guard down. I can like let her know.
This is why I'm making
Because it blows my mind that like not everyone can feel what's going on with the person in the grocery aisle over from them.
Oh, they can?
Like,
Really?
where you're just like, yeah, I got to get out of the grocery store. Can y'all not feel this? Why is everybody not flooding out of here? Like, there is something off here. There is something, someone like either needs me or needs me to go away.
The grossest part for me lately with that energy is in traffic.
Okay. Like the look over.
Mm-hmm.
Just the look over.
Yeah. I drive so much, which is my least favorite thing about my job. And always has been. So I don't know why. It is my only alone time, but the energy that I feel when I'm in traffic is really gross.
Yep.
That's why I listen to podcasts and stuff, though.
Same. And music doesn't do it. Music doesn't always do it. But I think I just listen to too much music at work. Like there's music constantly at work. So then I get and I'm like, I want nothing. But when there's nothing, I'm left with the voices in my head. So then I have to put on a podcast or the voices of the people in the cars around me.
Yeah, I know. But I think I listen to music all day too at work, and then I can't in the car. I can on the way there, but not on the way home. I have to like turn off the noise.
Okay, so let's go back because we were talking about artists and let's talk about how it felt being an empath as a kid. Because in my experience, I ended up self-appointing myself the bearer of the responsibility to regulate everyone's feelings. Like I was the youngest, but I still felt it was my job to de-escalate or to perform where someone else was lacking, or if someone felt disappointed, to find some way to like make them proud of me, to like balance out that energy. And I think it's different for you because you didn't really have as much of a childhood as I did because you were the oldest instead of the
I was
youngest.
gonna
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like,
was already in the oldest position, so that whole dynamic's different anyway.
right.
But I don't feel like I was regulating everybody, but I definitely was a pleaser, like performance pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
I am still like that. And I think that was in that mama bear mode even then. So I did a lot of consoling all the time with the
Okay.
younger kids. And I moved out of the house pretty young, and we're far apart. Like I'm 13 years older than my youngest brother, and I left for college at like 17 or 18. So there was some stuff at the end of that where I missed it. You know what I mean? With the
Gotcha.
younger
Like as
boys.
they were, as your closest sibling was entering being a teen,
Mm-hmm.
you were gone.
I was gone. Yeah.
I mean, but you
I
were
mean,
still really close with your family.
yeah, it's not like I wasn't absent, but there was the boys talk about it like sometimes like I left them or something. You know what I mean? Not that we're not all really close siblings, but
So give the breakdown of your siblings.
um I'm the oldest, and then I have a sister that's 6 years younger, that's Brittany. And then I have a brother that is 41, so he's 10 years younger, Ryan. And then Jared's 13 years younger.
How funny is it that I always think Ryan's younger than Jared?
I've had a few people that thought that in my friend group. But Jared can be really like, I'm so responsible about stuff all the time. He knows it. He knows he can be a know-it-all. I'm kind of like that too. So like he might have got that from me. But his son's like that too. It's real funny.
That's okay. I like that energy. I love being around people that are self-assured and know what they're doing. I'm like, I'll do what you say. Tell me what to do, please.
That's fine. I mean, I like not having to make all the decisions. That's for sure.
But I'm also like, don't tell me what to do.
And I don't want to be told what to do either.
But I really am drawn to people who know what to do.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you and I know what to do in most cases.
Don't tell me what to do, but also help me.
You know what my least favorite thing to decide is? Where we're going if we have a babysitter, and what we're eating.
Yeah.
I'm over both of those.
I hate what we're eating. I hate it.
I came home and Sarah had made green curry. It was awesome.
I want some.
Yeah, it's really good. And what a surprise, because it's totally different. Well, I was going to say something else about...
Was it about being an empath as a kid?
Yeah. So I was listening to this podcast, and there was a neuroscientist on it. And he was talking about when he was young and he had this really terrible traumatic childhood. And he met this woman that helped him have some like self-worth. And she happened to be like a mystic in a candle store or something silly like that. And he was telling the story of how it made him be somebody who was always performing. So you get to this, I'm going to do this. I'm going to have this goal. And then I'm going to get this goal. And then I'm going to be a doctor. And then I'm going to get straight A's, and you become hyper performance. I think a lot of empaths are like that because you feel everybody's stuff, but you never feel seen yourself.
Oh my gosh.
Or heard yourself.
Or never seen enough. Like I get seen and I'm like, I need to be seen. Or
it's not the right kind.
Yeah.
It's not the right kind. So he said that he always told himself that he became a doctor because he wanted to help people, but it was really because he wanted to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
And that resonated with me like it hurt me in my guts because it wasn't enough for me to be a massage therapist and help people. And it wasn't enough. Do you know what I mean? And then I became a doctor.
Be true.
Yeah, like I'm learning that as an adult.
I mean, you can want to be seen and also want to help people.
Of course, because you sure wouldn't do the stuff that I do if it was just to be seen, I don't think. Not in the long run.
But we've talked about this before. Like there is like a certain, and this is like owning your light and your shadow. Like there's a certain amount of narcissism that comes along with being in a performative job for being in the service industry. Like we can hem and haw and say that we like are people pleasers or, you know, that this is all in service of others. But there's a piece of it that very much has to do with healing ourselves.
Of course, it's an energy exchange.
Right. And there's always a self-serving element to giving. Like it feels good to give. So you
get dopamine reaction. Yeah. Well, and I think that a lot of people that would call themselves healers, which I used to be guilty of this too, would always wear this like martyrdom. Well, I've done all this work and helped all these people and I'm so worn out. Well, it does wear you out, but it was the choice you made.
Right.
Like this is your choice. And once I realized that about myself, I'm like, yep, this is what I decided.
I have seen a big shift in that in you
in
the past couple years.
Yeah.
Like you're lighter. You're not as
curmudgeon-y all the time.
Put upon.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's like some way to get attention for a long time as an empath. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just what I do, period, doesn't feel the same as it did 5 years ago.
Well, it isn't what you were doing 5 years ago either, though.
No.
Like but it's always been like very action-based and very in motion. It's never felt stagnant. I mean, you've been adjusting me for lack of a better word, you're not just adjusting me, but you adjusted me through both my pregnancies, through the majority of my bodybuilding shows.
Well, I don't want to get stagnant in what I do. I've tried to practice in all the ways they teach you to. You know, like work in this brick and mortar, have this, do these things, and then work corporate, do this. If you do these things right, blah, blah, blah. None of that ever fits me because I don't ever want to stay the same.
Yeah, but you receive the medicine there and then you move on.
And I move on. I want to be able to really function in a capacity that suits everybody, not just the chiropractic patient or somebody that needs me to hold them. I don't know.
Well, and I know it's probably disappointing in some ways to hear this, but it also has to feel good how often people are like, you're the only chiropractor I'll see. You're the only person.
I mean, it's nice, of course, but it happens to all chiropractors.
Okay.
All chiropractors are their people's favorite because chiropractic on its own as a modality saves people's lives. It's a fucking beautiful thing if you get to somebody who actually knows how to manage the body. I got saved by a chiropractor. I used to think they were shit.
Mhm.
Like when I met Sarah, I was really sick. Like I had an ulcer and I was too heavy and I was getting ready to contemplate knee surgery. And I had worked with chiropractors before as a massage therapist, and they were assholes. Just like in every field, you're going to have a pile of assholes, you
Right.
know, but that was my only experience. So I was like, I don't like chiropractors. So I had that in my head. And I went to one,
Excuse me.
who's David, and he got me so much better that it changed my life and I went back to school.
Yeah.
I was 32 years old and was like, I'm going to go spend a couple $100,000 on this new career plan that's going to be really hard because I got saved, you know?
Mhm.
So I would say a lot of patients that actually go to chiropractor on a regular basis are not going to cheat on their chiropractor. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
It's true.
I'm good. It's good. I'm glad they don't because people should go. I don't, it isn't placebo, but I don't even care if it is. I'm so tired of that
Yeah.
conversation with people. Oh, it's just blah, blah. And that I feel that way about anything that makes people feel better. Like if you feel like you can go out and do some adulting and you're not miserable and sick, then go do that.
Right.
Right.
What was I just telling Goose today? Oh gosh, I have to think of it because it so relates to this. And it's like a thing. I have to figure it out because it's like a thing that I can believe that it doesn't hurt anyone else, whether it's true or not, but it helps me to believe it. And I was trying to explain to him, like, and I mean, obviously, I don't think chiropractic care is some mythical, it's
Right.
science. Like, you don't
Right.
believe it. Like, it's backed. And
Don't
from
even get me
my
started on
perspective, I know other
people's belief
people would
system.
I know other people would say other things about it, but it always cracks me up when people are like, "I don't believe in chiropractic." I'm like, it's not a religion. It's not a
Hmm.
it's,
Hmm.
scientifically studied and based on, like, the actual systems of the body. So there's no, like, faith to chiropractic care that you have to believe in. To me, when you're believing, there's, like, some sort of faith. But anyway, like you were saying, like, if you take a sugar pill every day and it makes you feel happy, then take the sugar pill every day. Like, believe in it.
Also, there's all kinds of things in the world that we haven't all experienced or seen or been to or heard of or whatever. Like, that's no reason to not be open to
Right.
somebody else's point of view on something. That's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've never heard of that before. Well, no shit. You
Well, and
know?
it's really tied into, like, what we talk about all the time is that, like, the tools that we need to heal ourselves are within us. So
One
accessing
thing that
those
is
tools.
actually one part of chiropractic, because part of chiropractic philosophy is that we have an innate ability to heal. So there is a little bit of that in it. And I'd hate for that to go by because that's one of my favorite parts about it.
Yeah. Well, I like it too because then, like, you know how I am with my control. Like, all I
Yeah.
can control is me.
Right.
So if I can
Also,
heal myself,
what other modality in healthcare gives the power back to the patient?
right.
None. You know?
So let's talk more. We're going to pivot because we're supposed to be talking about being empaths. I love this little
Yeah.
journey that we took, but
Mm,
let's get back on our empath chat
surprising me.
because it just came up the other night because we were talking about social settings and how we prefer, like when we were younger and we would go to like the club or we would go to a rave or we would be in these like huge situations with all these people. I don't think I realized it then, but in hindsight, I could recognize that I was just trying to like fast forward to the good part. And to me, the good part was the after party when it would be like 10 people or less, all at a house, rubbing each other's backs,
It's still my favorite part.
hanging out,
Yeah.
coupling and tripling off, having these like deep, meaningful conversations. So I think for one, that's what I prefer because I can get really over small talk real fast. Like I was never the girl that could go to the bar with no money and have guys just buy her drinks because I didn't have the bandwidth to entertain those men to get the drinks bought for me. Like I didn't want to play that game.
I did, and I didn't want them to buy me drinks, but they did because I had the bandwidth to keep talking.
I know I get more drinks bought for me when I'm out with you.
I'm sure. So silly.
um, but then I wanted to like skip to the good part. But I also think it's because of what we've talked about, where you can like, the energy was way too chaotic. There was way too much going on in these large social settings that I didn't realize my nervous system was like picking up on. And I didn't realize it then, but I think now that was just a part of like my empathetic, I guess my gift is what I really should call it because it really is a gift.
It is.
But I could, in a smaller environment, I could parse off that energy easier and like settle in with people. Or sometimes it was the whole group. We're just all in a good vibe. And we did happen to be at a bar on Friday where like the energy was good. Like it was like what we always talk about. Like this is humanity. Like humanity is our biggest community. We all have so much more in common.
Then we don't. Yeah.
Right.
I spent all those young years in those environments and then having so much anxiety all the time. And I can still have that same feeling even without the cocktail part or the environment part. And I always thought there was something wrong with me, like my whole life, until like when I started doing this most recent transition. And it was Sarah who was like, babe, that feeling that you get in your chest that you think is anxiety, that's you. Like you can feel your own energy because you're being bombarded and your body is telling you something. And I cried my eyes out because I was like, why hasn't someone said this to me before? And none of my energy or anxiety problems have been the same or even there since then. It's crazy. But the last 3 weeks, I told you I'm going through something. I've had that feeling like something's building. I've had that same feeling a little bit. I told Sarah, I'm like, what's going on? She's like, you're probably going through something that's about to shift. Because, you know, she gets tired of me buying like drums and flutes and yelling in the basement. Right?
But sometimes you just need another drum or another flute, Alanna.
Well, I'll tell you what, ever since I started doing that stuff, I feel like it really regulates the energetics of work. Like I come home after touching people all day and Sarah and Artie and the dog want me to touch them and I can't do it unless I go do that stuff first.
Well, and that's the key, right? That's the key is like, we're not going to stop absorbing that energy, but we also have to find a way to release it.
You can't turn your gifts off after you recognize them. You have to lean into them. My shit goes sideways when I'm not doing my work.
Well, yeah. And my job specifically, when everything else is chaotic, I'm like, oh, thank God I can go to work.
Yeah. I think that sometimes too. Yeah.
Or, I mean, like, there'll be like like a tragedy and they'll be saying like, well, it's okay if you need to take a couple days off. I'm like, oh, dear God, no. Like, please just let me come here.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean,
click into like I know how to do this. I know I'm
90.
good at it. I know like I wouldn't say never, but I rarely leave work and my mood is worse. I'm either in a good mood and I leave in a better mood, or I'm in a great mood and I'm still in a great mood, or I'm in a bad mood or I'm in a less bad mood.
Yeah.
It pretty much always improves my mood.
I'd say 90% of the year. Same for me.
Except
But like,
for February.
yeah, I was going to say, except for usually
For
October
you.
and February.
Uh,
Those are like the 2 months where I run out of gas, like mentally to do it, but I still do it.
well, I think the people pleaser in me kicks in and then I just overcompensate,
Mm,
which maybe I'm fooling myself. Maybe I'm not doing that good of a job in those moments because it's more ego driven. But fuck
fine
it. I mean,
when I'm
sometimes
with
I am
people.
there doing it for me. If you
Yeah,
get
when
something
I'm
from it, great. But
like today, I don't do well with idle time either because I have that. I don't know. I hate to just call it ADHD because it probably is, but I don't do well with like idle time. So when I'm one-on-one with a patient, I'm fine. It's those times in between or like the waiting when I'm having these kind of issues. Does that make sense?
yeah, I
Like,
think that's why
I just saw 12 people and I should go sit down and rest and do this other, reading task or do something. And I'm like, ah, until the next one comes in.
I think
It's
that's
weird.
probably why I gravitated to small group or group because one on one exhausted me.
Mm. Well, I'm trying to lean into how to do group stuff.
Well, some of the stuff that you do is just always going to have to be individual.
Oh, for sure.
But I think
I'm
that's also a part of my wall. Like if I'm not one on one, I can keep those really strong boundaries up. But I do resonate with like the more I have to do, the more I do. Like,
well, we're both procrastinators.
well, I prefer to call it I perform my best under pressure, but yes, you could call me a procrastinator. We're just good in a crisis, Alanna.
Yeah, I am too. Same way.
Um, but yeah, I like idle time, but
I'm learning to like it more. I mean, I never even understood it until the last couple of years. Also, I like playtime, which I'm not good at, but I'm learning. Like just playing.
yeah,
Claire's helped me with that so far a little bit. We sound like a cult. It's kind of fun.
I like our cult.
Hmm. I don't know. Like my daughter wanted me to dance, and I can't imagine at her age doing the stuff that I do with her in the store in public.
Yeah,
And neither she nor I get embarrassed, and it's magical for me.
yeah.
But to not care at all, and for her to not care either, it's beautiful.
I was singing a song. I was making up a song about Christmas today in the car with Goose, and he was laughing.
Let's
And
see.
it felt because, I mean, he laughs at Daniel all the time.
Daniel's like a amateur songwriter anyway.
But I was like, oh, I got it.
That's so
I
cool.
can make him laugh too. But it's probably because I'm just like so exhausted.
Yeah, we're slap happy. Hmm.
I was definitely slap happy with him today. But then again, it's like that overcompensating. Like when I'm like running on fumes and I went to Costco today and Costco gave me a headache. I know you know what that feels like.
Hmm.
And so I
You
took
know what
two.
gives me more of a headache? If I go to Costco with my family.
Oh, I never go with anybody.
If I could go by myself, it's fine. But if Sarah and Artie go, it drives me insane.
No, I never go with anybody. I'm a woman on a mission. I'm there for specific things.
Hmm. I
I
knew
had
you
my
weren't wanting to
days
go.
and out.
I always help a lot of people when I'm at Costco.
I don't talk to
Imagine.
anybody.
Sarah holds on to me like she's going to get hit by a car when we're at Costco. Like she doesn't leave the cart. She holds on tight.
There are weird social norms that don't exist at Costco. Like a regular old run of the mill grocery store, it's like a 2-lane road, right? Like you stay to the right, not Costco. Me and my sister and my grandma are all shopping together and we're 3 carts deep and we're taking up the whole aisle. And that's just okay.
Mm.
And I'm not trying to change the rules. Like, I know it's a lawless society. Like, you just go in there and know, well, I guess I'm just going to turn around and come back around the other side of this aisle to get to that thing that I need.
Like when people cut in front of you at the checkout lane and they act like they didn't see you and you're like 6 inches from their face.
But it is a practice in patience for me. Like I've been doing it for forever. I think I even talked about it in a previous episode. Like
I think it's good for us.
I refuse to let people get under my skin in situations like that. Like it's going to cost me 18 seconds. I'm not in that big of a hurry. Like I just treat it more as like people watching.
It's like therapeutic for me. I don't get mad at Costco ever.
Right. And it's just sort of a fun people watching experiment. And I think that's why I don't talk to anybody. I'll talk to the checkout people. I do love talking to the checkout people. And that's a people pleasing thing too. One time I was in the self checkout and, the person comes up and is like using their gun and we like whipped it out in no time. And she was like, "You're the best person I've had here all day." And I think I rode that high for 3 weeks. I'm like, I just won the freaking Costco lottery. I made the we're in the self checkout happy. I'm gonna be the best self checkout person that ever self checked out at Costco.
You're ridiculous.
And yet there's somebody next to me that's struggling, and I'm like, they're fine. They'll figure it out. Give them grace, or I'm helping them.
I don't know. I do not like going to Walmart though.
Walmart's a whole different situation.
Yeah, it's awful.
Everybody smells like weed.
Everybody. And if you're an empath, I wouldn't go there. Would not go there. I can't stand Walmart.
Walmart's definitely a more emergent energy for me.
Did I ever tell you about the time I was there and there was a bomb scare at the one in Bridgeton?
I got stuck in one because there was a tornado warning.
This was
I think I just also need to be clear that I don't give a shit if everybody in Walmart is high. But it is just interesting that it's one of the
I don't either. It's just
like literally
everybody
smells like weed.
Yeah. Like they just came straight from the dispensary and handed it out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I mostly don't want to buy anything there anyway. It's only if nobody else has it.
I know. There's things that I can get there for really cheap that it makes sense. Like I like
Well, and my family, none of my family has a choice because they live in parts of the state where that's the only store there is for miles and miles. So I feel like I don't have to do that, so I shouldn't. There's a part of it with that.
It is a weird experience as an empath, though.
I usually end up. Oh, I usually go there and forget what the hell I went there for, too.
That is one place where I end up helping people.
I'm sure.
Costco,
there's an opportunity at every corner.
But at Walmart, I'm definitely like getting that thing off the high shelf for the woman in the
pulling the crappy carts apart.
Or I'm helping them find whatever sort of soy or almond or happy milk they need.
There's like 900.
Right.
When I was there for the bomb scare, whatever it was, I'm in the checkout and it's not scanning anyway. And the power goes down. So the whole store goes boop. And there's a woman who works there, a Spanish speaking woman standing next to me. And she about shits her pants. Like she hits the deck like bullets are flying. hits the deck. And I leaned down, I put my arm around her and I go, "What's happening?" She's like, "I don't know." And I said, "Well, if anything happens, I'll drag your ass out of here." And she's like, "Okay." And they wouldn't let us leave the store. Like they held us captive inside there.
Yes.
And I was like, I said, "We're getting out of here." And I like helped her walk to the edge. And then right when we got to the doors, the power came back on and they let us out. But I was like,
That's what
not,
happened with the tornado thing too. And
I'm
then
not hanging out in
finally,
there.
like you could feel the energy, like all of these people being told they can't leave. And we're all
No way.
hell, I can't leave. Like, I mean, maybe I can't buy this cart full of stuff. That's fine. But I can
Yeah,
walk out of here.
I'm leaving.
And then finally, yeah, they were like, we're not opening the checkouts, but if you want to leave, you can leave. So, of course, I had ice cream sandwiches and everything else in the cart was like a non perishable, but I took the ice cream sandwiches back to the freezer.
You sure did.
I'm like, I'm not leaving this for these poor employees that are going to have like 18,000 carts of stuff that people just.
I mean, I think that was a good thing to do. That would have been awful. They would
So
have
I
had
put
so
the
much
ice
crap
cream
to put away.
sandwiches back in, and then I walked away from my cart and I left. But yeah, that was an interesting energy. Like we are all full grown ass people that can walk out of here if we want to walk out of here. Like,
It's not a tornado drill at school.
yeah.
I was in one in college where they had made us get in the stairwells. That's a whole nother episode on its own. But they
Was
made us
this when
stand
you
there
were a
for
kid?
when I went to Illinois State for
Oh,
undergrad.
okay.
I lived in the dorms. Yippee. Um, but there was a tornado warning and they made us get in the stairwell. And it was really interesting because I'd only been there for like 2 or 3 weeks, so I didn't know anybody really. And it was an all-girl dorm. Every kind of person you can imagine, color, creed, etc. Athletes, stoners, which at the time weren't as popular as they are now. I was at the time looking for my partners in crime, of course, then. But I remember there were all these girls that were from the Chicagoland area, and they were so scared that they were like huddled in the corners of the stairwell, and the other dum-dums like me that are from down here where we have a tornado warning like every 5 minutes. We're just like, when are we gonna go outside? Like, get us out of here. And
You
they
don't have
were
to tell
scared
me. I
to
grew
death.
up in Texas. We do not
Yeah,
bat an eye at a tornado warning.
we don't really hear either. I mean, I can say that there's been some moments lately where I did.
Yes.
Well, that terrible one that hit North City here,
Yes. Very sobering.
that was that blew over my house before it hit. And me and
Yeah.
Arnie were dodging softball size hail. But yeah, the shit's real. It's just you get, what is the word? Desensitized to everything.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So the last thing I think we should talk about is how being an empath presents in our relationships, like our intimate relationships.
Oh boy. You first.
Well, I've come a long way with this, and Daniel is the first partner that I don't try to regulate anymore. Like I would do the same thing with my partners that I did as a kid, but as an adult functioning with an equal, hopefully, if you're in a partnership, it feels like equitable and equal, it becomes more toxic when you're trying to affect their mood or regulate their mood, or like it's an ugly thing, but it's like a God complex.
That's
Like
exactly
you
what I was
really
talking
can.
about with patience, where you like, make them feel better, and then you get to feel bad, and blah blah blah. Same thing.
So like it
Same.
really helped me to think of it that way. Like I have so much control, right?
I don't think I stopped trying to manage Sarah until after she birthed our child.
Yeah.
But there's 10 years between us almost. And I think for a long time, I had some narcissistic view of me being older and wiser, which I am, of course. But yeah, things got a lot easier between Sarah and I when I stopped trying to manage her feelings or her anything.
Same for me and
Anything.
Daniel.
Yeah. She used to beg for me to stop too, and I still wasn't hearing her. Just like, it just would go right over my head.
Because we knew better, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's also made me better at being like, I'll just remove myself. Because it's not even about like, oh, he's going to feel so much better. Like it is at first, but at some point it just becomes about like, I don't like how icky this feels inside of me.
Sure, it's an inconvenience for us, for them
So
to be going through something.
Right. Because,
Mm-hmm.
and just like the realization, even for him, once he realized, I'm like, I can feel all of this. Like when you are stomping around and slamming cabinets, it makes my central nervous system like feel like it's on crack. Like, and I think it took a while for him too to recognize, like, oh, you like literally physically manifest that in your body. And I'm like, everybody doesn't. And he's like, no.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It was hard trying to, parent with that too, because I think I was jealous that I can't just throw a fit like Artie can.
Yeah.
Not that she does that much, but when I see kids do that now, I kind of embrace it because I can see why they do, because I feel like that on the inside.
Well, that was a big shift for me and Goose too. Like, I mean, he was a toddler, so it was definitely like tougher days. Toddlers are rough. I would not go back.
Sarah misses all those little toddler and baby ones. I'm like, I do like her better.
Oh my gosh. They just get cooler and cooler.
Yeah, I think she's cooler.
But we would yell at each other. And I was like, stop yelling at me. And he was like, but you always yell at me. And I was like, hot damn.
We've had that conversation too.
You are correct. And I can't promise you that I'm never going to yell at you again, but I can promise you that I hear you and I'm going to try really hard. And then it did like really activate this new style of parenting him, because of course he would still yell at me because he's not the adult. I am, right?
Right.
So then I would just get calm and tell him, I understand how you feel inside your body right now. It's okay. Like, get it out. And then even found ways to like help him like physically manifest it. Like sometimes it was he just needed like a really strong like hold, or sometimes he needed to like physically like writhe, and I would just like try to safely have him like shake his arms and shake his legs and like somatically like move the energy out of his body, when instead of like matching and beating him, which I'm the adult, of course I'm gonna win. Good job. You out yelled a 3-year-old. Like, and it would just like de-escalate the situation so much quicker.
It's funny because we're talking about what we both do with adults.
Yeah.
Help them move their body.
Except I can't do that with Daniel.
No.
I can't. It becomes too, I mean, I can definitely like, we do really good like after I just have to let him like bull in a china shop around the house. And I've had to learn to not like try to, in that moment, be like, fix this, de escalate it, calm it down. I'm like, let him go. And I go on the porch or I leave or I go in the bedroom. And then once he's sort of like wound himself down, then I can be like, what was that about? Or even at this point, he'll be like, hey, I'm just a mess because I've worked a lot of hours or this and that. And then we can kind of talk about it. But like with Goose, who's a child, he needs my help through that. But Daniel's not my child. And I don't want another child.
I still have to remove myself when Sarah's in it because, like, I'm more of the one that would like slam doors, but Sarah likes to raise her voice, and that really deregulates me really bad.
Yeah, I'm more of
So I
a
have to like move away.
yeah, I'm more of a voice raiser, although it doesn't happen that often. But yeah, I've just learned how to like I mean, I may not agree with his method, but I don't have to. Like he's not harming me, he's not harming anyone. He's not if he was, that'd be a different situation. But I just don't like it. Like it just feels icky in me. But then I can just like go somewhere else and let him wind it down. Whereas I used to always just be trying to like turn that frown upside down and like make everything positive and like, well, at least you have a job to go to. And then now I like look back on that and I'm like, ew, what a gross thing to say to somebody that's just
Like,
really frustrated and pissed off about their job right now.
I would like literally try to fix it, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was dumb. One of the things I learned about if you're on the shamanic path or if you were born into shamanism or if you've been appointed by your community or any of those things, is they always have, not always, but they try to walk with grace, which is quite a challenge all the time, but I try to really do that. They try to see, so not literally see, but also literally see where people are coming from and where they are and what the vision is, right?
Right.
And to be blessed, but also give blessings. And like when I'm in a spot lately, I'll try and remember those three things to try and move through it. And I mean, the most annoying also, but those three little things have so many things wrapped around them, right?
Right.
So with Artie, she had a thing happen the other day where the part I was missing for a minute was seeing. Like I was having grace with her and trying to, be the blessing to listen and do whatever, but I wasn't seeing her. But if we could just do that with adults all the time, can you imagine how far we could get? Right?
I'm going to remember that. The seeing.
Mm-hmm.
I think I mean, I do think I have a natural ability to do that, but I want to lean into it more for sure.
Mm-hmm. I think I do too. But leaning into it, you really get to where, like there's a lot of people that are unhoused in our area. And a lot of times you might be like, oh, that poor guy or whatever when you drive by. But instead of doing that, be like, I hope he's blessed.
Yeah.
Because, or wave at him because you can see him.
Uh-huh.
Right? Instead of just having empathy, like put a different energy twist on that.
Right.
But you could do that with everything. And it's not that hard of work, because you're still sending energy different. I think grace is my hardest of the three.
I think I'm good with grace. I'm harder on the people I love the most.
We all are, because that's your safe space.
That's where I'm hard. That's where grace is hard for me. Like I can give grace
to cover your ass.
Right. I can give grace to people that cut me off in traffic, but I can't give grace to, my kids when they forget to do the chores that are the exact same chores every day.
Sure.
And if I'm being honest, Daniel, like I give my kids more grace than I give Daniel. I give Daniel a lot of grace, but your intimate partner, that's just, they're going to get, they're going to get the worst of us,
Well, they signed up to get the best and the worst.
Right. And my best is pretty great.
So is mine. So is mine.
Okay, girl. Well, I feel like we'll do this again for sure, but.
Well, we have so many topics.
I know.
I was thinking about that. I'll let you know when it's time.
Will you?
It's been on my mind.
We'll just keep a running notes app.
Sounds good.
And I'll definitely have you on again. And I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you for being my Cancer kindred.
I wouldn't do without it. I'm so grateful.
I'm grateful for you too, honey. I will talk to you soon. Oh, and if you want to,
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes. I'm going to hang up the phone. I'm going to end this recording and then I'm going to call you is what's about to happen. But hang on. We do have to say at Doc Alanna, DOCALANNA on Instagram. And then what's your website for people in the St. Louis area to connect with you if they want to see you for any of your bear medicine, chiropractic care, Thai massage?
earthmotherbodysolutions.com is my website.
earthmotherbodysolutions.com. I highly recommend all of her practices. I can connect you with multiple other people who have gone to her, including my mother, my sisters, my niece, my husband, my children, a myriad of my friends.
I want to also say about that, Kim, for anybody that is looking for something. If I'm not your fit, I know somebody who is. Also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is true.
Yeah.
And you're also getting into more of the group work now too. So like you and Claire from my first episode and Anthony have a class coming up. It will already have happened by the time this episode airs, but I think the other 3 segments will have not yet. So if that's connected with the Doc Alanna on Instagram, you'll be able to see her group offerings when you connect with her.
There's one in
as well.
November, December, and January still coming. Also.
Perfect. And you won't regret it.
Thanks, Kim.
Because you've got something to offer them, even if it's just sending them in a different direction for what they really need. Okay, well, I love you, and I am going to end this recording, and then I'm going to call you.
All right, love you.
Okay, bye.